Hello, my name is Andreas Kisser. I'm the guitar player from Sepultura and De La Tierra, and you are on Metal Shop TV. Destroy!
Okay, so playing at the Brutal Assault, I guess you must have a pretty good relationship with this place.
Definitely, we play here many times, and I remember the last time we played here was during the 30-year anniversary tour, and it was an amazing feeling. You know, we have like 3 very special shows. You know, one in Belo Horizonte where the band started on the same tour, was a huge place, and Paulo's family and many friends were there. We did the show in São Paulo as well, which was the same vibe, my family and friends. And here, you know, Derek was married, or, you know, they have a kid here in Czech Republic. He lives in Prague and stuff, and they all came down, and it was fantastic. You know, it's a metal community coming together, bands from all over the world. Always see good friends here on backstage, you know, in Brutal Assault, and it's a great feeling.
And that was actually my next question. You as a band have a pretty special relationship with Czech Republic, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because Derek has this connection, you know, we have a kid here. You know, we've been playing here, I don't know, since the 90s, you know, after the wall came down, all these possibilities, you know, Poland, Czechoslovakia, you know, who used to be and stuff, you know, and the old Yugoslavia, Croatia, Slovenia, and then Lithuania, and Latvia, Estonia. You know, it was great. That opened all these possibilities for us, and since then we've been coming here, you know, non-stop.
And you already mentioned it. You played in Czech Republic many times. So out of that, is there a show that like sticks out? That has like a special meaning for you?
You know, I think that the 30-year anniversary show was one of the most important shows of our career, you know. It felt that we were closing down a cycle, you know, the first 30 years of our history. Like a big volume with many chapters, you know, many changes. And finally, you know, we're celebrating this amazing mark for a band, you know, especially coming from Brazil with all the changes inside and labels and everything. So I think the Brutal Assault of the 30-year anniversary, I think, is the most special show so far. But hopefully tonight will be better.
It's gonna be even better, I think. So since you are for me, you are one of the godfathers of fresh metal, fresh music. What are you listening like right now? What are the bands that inspire you?
All of them and none of them. You know, it's I deal with music.
So are you into new music, or are you like
Not really.
into the older stuff?
I'm both. I mean, I'm not a music hunter, you know. I'm not like have that anxiety of like looking and trying to hear what's new, what's going on and stuff. I kind of leave music comes in a natural way. I listen to music on the radio when you go into a van, you know, to go from the airport to the hotel. That's the kind of influence I got, you know. I get. It could be any style of music, you know, because we are in, I don't know, in Ecuador, and then we are in Russia and stuff, and the radio is very different, you know.
Yes, definitely.
So it always brings like some new elements and some new ways of using melodies and different sounds of different instruments, you know. And of course the world of metal, like playing in festival, seeing shows and meeting people, getting CDs and demos, you know. You know, I have my album collection, you know, that I still listen to Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Judas Priest, you know, all that beautiful stuff, Maiden and etc. And but I try to keep my ears open, you know. I'm not really like I said, you know, I'm a professional musician, but I'm not a professional listener. You know, I'm just like I kind of leave it the flow going a little bit.
Of course. Well, you released 14 albums with Sepultura. That's quite a lot. So right now, at this point of your career, which one of the records is closest to your heart right now, if you think about it?
That's very hard to say, man, because doing albums is like having a kid, you know, a son. I have 3 kids, you know, 1 daughter and 2 boys, and they're very different from each other, but they are my kids, you know. and I love them equally, you know, and I respect the differences.
Yes.
And an album is kind of the same, you know. Every album was very special at the time that came out. Every album is a very important mark, you know. And I think Against, which we are celebrating 20 years now.
Yes.
20 years of Derek Green and Sepultura. I think Against is our most important album, you know, because it was made in the most difficult time of our career. We lost everything, not only the singer, but we lost the management. We lost the trust from the record label. We lost many fans, you know, that abandoned Sepultura for whatever reason. And we took time, really.
And it was like everything or nothing.
Yeah, Against was really going against everyone, because everyone have a totally wrong idea what Sepultura is supposed to be, you know, and what Sepultura really is, you know. And we're still here. I mean, without Against, it will be impossible to continue our career, you know. So I think Against is the one. Okay,
cool. Well, not on the last album, but the one before that, The Mediator, the record, you worked with Rossem Robinsonem. Lately, I feel like with him, it's like a hit or miss thing. Some bands are like, it's cool. Some bands, it just doesn't work. For you, what was that experience like?
I mean, if you say something like that from a producer, all the producers are the same. You know, they're producers to have different styles, but sometimes it doesn't click with the musician or doesn't click with the project or an idea. It's not only Ross is like that, you know. All the producers are like that, and Ross is very specific way of working. It's very honest, very open, and you go to a different level after you work with Ross, you know. I mean, it's like the Divine Comedy, you know. You have to go through hell and purgatory to get to paradise. It's not an easy way, you know. It's something that you have to learn and respect yourself, respect your mistakes, respect your flaws, you know, to get better, to grow. And Ross is very spiritual. He wants to go deep on the meaning of the lyric, you know, why you're saying something like that, where it came from, you know. And it's very important. I think it's very intense, it's very real, and it's not for everybody, you know.
And is he still so strict about things?
No, he's not strict. He has the point of view and arguments for it, you know. He's not a dictator. I mean, no producer has to be a dictator on the studio. I mean, we work together, you know. If we don't buy that style of seeing things and recording, it's not going to work. You have to give... Why are you going to call somebody in the studio if you're going to cut him down? You know, it makes no sense, you know. So we have really to get into that vibe, to get into that momentum. You know, if you talk to Eloy and Paulo and myself, we worked with him before, but Eloy and Derek was the first time he worked with Ross, you know, and was shocking, you know, for them. I did an album with De La Tierra as well, my other project, you know, and all the musicians there was the first time working with him, and it's very shocking. But everybody is so excited, it's so thankful that something like that happens, you know. I mean, recording an album is not an easy thing, you know. You have really to prepare yourself mentally, physically, technically, you know, and really to perform something is going to be there forever. You know, so it's a very important thing. It's a very delicate thing, but a very intense thing. You know, so I only have to thank, you know, the opportunities. I did 3 albums with Ross, and all of them was amazing. You know, it was fantastic experience. And without Ross, Roots would never be possible the way it came out. You know, it's an album that still it's very powerful. If you listen, it's like, you know, it sounds like we did yesterday, you know. It's very powerful, very honest, very alive, you know. So that's the essence of art, you know, honesty.
The reason I said he's strict is because I heard an interview with Slipknot, and they said that he was throwing things at them when he wasn't satisfied with the result. Did that ever happen to you? No,
it didn't get to that point. I mean, it was more into the argument you know, aspect, you know. Of course, he likes that kind of visual and screaming and stuff, you know. Every musician have his feedback, you know. And Ross knows how to work very, very well, you know, with different musicians and different egos and different things, you know. He's a master, you know.
Well, we spoke about the past. Let's talk about the present. Machine Messiah. How do you rate that album after a year?
It's one of our best for sure, man. I mean, still very intense. You can feel the fans are really listening the whole album, you know.
What would you say is the biggest difference in this record in compared to the previous ones, let's say?
I mean, everything. It's a different producer, it's a different situation.
Okay.
The 30-year anniversary tour together with the Mediator tour, really, you know, we were a better band, you know, because we play so much. Eloy Casagrande was more connected to the band. Our organization, management-wise, we changed managers and stuff. You know, everything was much more organized. We have a great record label. You know, everything was in place.
Yes.
You know, so I think the main difference is that everything we could put all our effort and energy to write and not think about anything else. You know, and we had a great time in Sweden recording with Jens. Jens is an amazing producer, a guy who knows Sepultura history, and he brought so many, you know, good energy and good, you know, talent. You know, like a great soul. You know, it was amazing to work with him. And Machine Messiah, I think, like I said, you know, on the 30 year we close like this big volume of our history, and Machine Messiah is the beginning of a new phase.
Something new.
You know, maybe another 30 years, who knows? But it feels that we open a lot more new possibilities for Sepultura in the future with this album, you know. We did Roots, we did KZD, we did Arise, we did, you know, Sepul Nation and Against, you know, we experimented with a lot of different stuff, you know, mostly, you know, consequences of us coming from Brazil and the Roots experience, you know, with the percussion and everything. Now we are exploring different things, you know, violins and from Tunisia, you know, we work with this amazing orchestra for Tunisia, and new elements and new percussive rhythms from different parts of Brazil, you know. So I mean, always exploring, you know. We love to live the moment. We respect so much our past, but we're here now, you know, and that's the most important thing. And Machine Messiah really is working great for us, you know. Like it's the fourth tour we're doing in Europe for Machine Messiah. We did the Creator tour, we did a headline tour, we did 2 festival runs, you know, and it feels amazing. And next year, you know, hopefully we stretch a little more. There's a few places in the world where we didn't play with Machine Messiah, and then we're gonna think a new album, you know, about a new album.
Okay, so we kind of touched it, but we spoke about the past, spoke about the present. So what is next for Sepultura? There was like a 4-year gap between last 2 albums.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be like another 4-year gap, or
who knows?
Are you already working on a?
We're always working.
Music?
I have a few demos, you know, with drum machine and a few ideas. Very raw still. I know Eloy have some stuff on drums. Derek already wrote in some ideas, and we're gonna start gathering and putting together the ideas pretty soon, you know. But we have something where to start from. We have a few ideas to develop, you know, for the future. But I think a Sepultura new album only in 2020, you know.
Okay.
We're still gonna take our time and really work hard to do a better album than Machine Messiah, you know.
I guess
that's our challenge.
At this point of your career, there is no reason to rush things or something.
Yeah, definitely. You know, especially Machine Messiah is doing very well. We have the Sepultura movie that came out, you know, in Brazil and Latin America, and we are working now to bring to Europe and, you know, all the rest of the world. So we have a lot of stuff going on Sepultura camp. Working also the brand of Sepultura, you know, like beer and many other products with the Sepultura brand. We have that in Brazil with many different items, and we're starting working that in Europe now, you know.
Okay.
It's a great, I mean, experience, you know, to work with different companies. We have a pepper sauce, we have wine, we have, you know, the cachaça, we have the beer, you know, in Brazil. So we're gonna try to expand this to
dominate everything.
You know, people outside, our fans outside Brazil, they complain, you know, because they don't have the chance to buy, you know. But soon we're gonna have here.
Okay.
Don't worry.
So the last question, since we are at the festival, there are bands that are playing live music. Who do you think is the best live band right now?
Wow, good question.
It doesn't have to be like only from the metal scene. Anyone.
Well, I have to say I was very, very impressed with Iron Maiden.
Oh.
I think they are one of the best live acts now, you know. Regardless of their history, like how many years they're on the road, you see they playing tight, they're playing with their heart, with the passion.
Yeah.
This tour is one of the most amazing shows I ever seen in my life, you know, and Bruce Dickinson still looked like a kid, you know, singing very strongly. It's great to see that metal, you know, keeps that young spirit very alive and well, you know, and that's very inspiring, you know, for all of us, you know, to see that. And I think if you have the chance to see Go, because you know, they're getting old, you never know you know how long they're gonna be on the road, and this is the time to see them, you know. It's amazing.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Greatly appreciated.
Cheers.
Andreas, Sepultura, Metal Sharp TV, rock on.
Valeu.